Hey y'all, give me a minute. How y'all doing? Okay. Okay. Hey Christina. Hey Nisha. Hey Tony. Hey Candy Kisses. Hey Alexis. Hey Roz. Hey Beverly. Hey Blueberry. Hey Gemini Rising. Hey Roz. Hey Veronica. Hey Snooky. Spicy Brown. Miss Bevan. Hey Diane. Hey Vina. I'm just anybody. Kimberly. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, it's because I didn't see it. I apologize. So y'all, we're gonna talk about today these um these people and how they moving and how they've been moving in this saga. And when we say demonic, it's like they don't think that we're talking about them, or they think that I don't think they know what demonic is and what demons are. Demons are not going to be those little fairy tale ghosts that you think about when you see the monsters and stuff. Demons are going to act out in human forms. They're going to get inside these people. And a lot of the stuff that we're seeing, they are demons. It's demonic. I'm not going to call them a demon, but they're doing demonic things. And this thing that the sister has done and what she continues to do, that's not acting out of love. That's not godly stuff that she said. God didn't tell her to do that. God did not tell her to come forward and drag her family member. And I'm not dragging her. I'm just saying people have to realize a demon when they see it and when people are acting on demonic energy. Because what she's doing, coming to the internet and trying to tear down her brothers while she's trying to build herself up, that's demonic. God does not operate on tearing people down. And these people don't see that. She should be able, and she should be grown enough and old enough to know that these people are only cheering her on because she is dragging her brothers. That's not real support. I was looking at her live earlier, and they all in the comments. And these supporters over there, the ones that's making these comments, they're acting on demonic energy, and they act like they don't even know it. This guy, Ringo, he came forward from a peaceful place. He was not even trying to drag her. He's coming forward telling her to keep this stuff on the back end, y'all family. Don't come out here and let these people cause you to do stuff like this because these people don't mean you no good. She said he came out dragging her. That's one word I'm so sick of hearing during this demonic mess is dragging, harassing, bullying, and narcissist because they overuse that word and they use it under the wrong concept because nobody's dragging her. We're speaking about what she's doing and she keeps hitting that live button and that's why people keep speaking on it. Nobody's dragging her. She is letting these commenters, these demonic commenters from the other side, and how you know they're demonic, they're trying to keep her apart from her family. The way she will be able to tell if they are really her supporters, stop talking about your brothers and do a live on something else and see where they swamp to that live. See where they super chat you to death. We looking at Gina right now go through it. As long as Gina was tearing down Robert, her chat was full and those colors were coming in. The moment she stopped tearing down Robert, she can barely get 30 people in there because she's not dragging Robert. She's not dragging the content creator. People that like to see that kind of stuff, they acting under demonic energy. I could never, and I know a lot of you could never bring your business to the forefront like this about your family member. Yes, we have seen Amber and Alexis argue, but they have never gone as far as to drag each other down and put each other's personal business on the internet. And they squash that shit quickly. They don't let it manifest. They don't let people run with it. They squash it just like they bring it to the public, they squash it in the public. But this thing that's going on with them siblings over there and how she keeps doubling down and doubling down. Let me tell you, family members have always had problems. They've always argued. And we have always talked about it. But it was not bringing it to the internet back then. How you gonna tell somebody to mind their business and you keep putting them in your business by going live? Back in the day when people used to talk about people, we would have stuff to say, but we would do it among each other because the internet was not so prominent then. But now, because people bring their business to the internet, it's going to get talked about where you brought it on the internet. They're not going to talk about it on the back end. It's going to get talked about where you put it forward, and that's on the internet. But the thing is, these people in these chats, they acting like they taking the place of your family. I wouldn't want that fake love at all. Hey, everybody coming in the chat. Hey, Mika, Pammy, Pooh. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all can hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Let's see, make sure that's still full. Can y'all hear me now? Good Lord. All right, y'all. Let's see. I'm gonna go out. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, I see it. Okay, yeah. How y'all gonna I don't know what's the last thing y'all heard because I didn't realize that y'all could not hear me. What's the last thing y'all heard? But I was saying, how are they were saying that we were mad because they support her. They wanted her to be out there with no supporters. And my thing is, do you all really support her? It's the comments like this, the demonic comments like this, because they know that if she were not talking about her family members, they would not be in her chat. But because they going live and they sending supers and cash app and they falling for it and taking the bait. They are supporters now because they supporting her monetarily to hear things about her family. And she don't have sense enough to see that they baiting you all with money because they know she likes money. And that's sad. She's allowing the the their it's not the love of money. It is the love of money. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. And like Ringo said, you all doing all of this and coming forward when y'all should be trying to either not deal with each other on the back end if y'all that's what you all decide to do and keep it off the internet. I'm calling now. And keep it off the internet or try to mend it behind the scenes. But coming forward for click views and bait clicks and super chats and whatever, that ain't worth a damn. Because at the end of the day, that's still your blood. And somebody had the nerves to put in the comments. Where's that comment? Uh, your mother is turning over in her grave. Her sons colluding with the outsiders against their baby sister. If that ain't the pot calling the kettle black, because what is she doing? You all are the outsider because you all are the same ones that dragged her. But that just shows how demonic these people are and how these people keep trying to sow division among that family that's already broken. They making it seem like she's right for what she's doing and they're wrong for not coming forward. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing right about what she's doing, and she's letting them people get in her head. I don't know who put that battery in her pack to come forward with that live the other day. But the internet is never the place to come and air your dirty laundry with your family or to come forward and air your laundry, period. If you feel that hurt about it, go lay on somebody's couch and get a healing, a true healing. Go lay on somebody's couch. They will tell you to call your brother. Tell your brother these feelings. Let it go. And once you let it go, don't go back and lick that vomit. Like the Bible say, when you go backward, it's like a dog going back to lick his vomit. And her keeps saying she's done with it, but yet hitting the live button to talk about it over and over and over. It's like she's going backwards to come back and regurgitate and lick that vomit that she was supposedly had left behind. She want to say that we are Kevin and Robert's CC. I don't work for Kevin and I don't work for Robert. I've never talked to Kevin or Robert, but what I do is I speak out on what's wrong and what's right. And what she's doing is wrong. People love drama. And people that are evil, they love chaos. If people are not in her comments telling her to get off the internet with it and go heal, telling her to work it out with her brothers, They evil. They demonic. If they trying to sow that seed of division, that's not of God. The Bible says that's the tool that the devil uses to conquer and divide. So I get so sick of them coming on here talking about God, talking about they godly, talking about we demons. On this side, we never said it's cool for her to get on here and talk about her brother. We saying we praying for them, praying for the family. But because we praying for the family, that makes us demonic. You have to look at the sides and what they're doing. You have to look at all that. You have to look at the overall picture. Who said what in the comments? And that's where a lot of these problems stem from, the comments. Because they read these comments and see that they got somebody on their side with the bullshit, and then they go to please the people that's on their side with the comments. They don't look at the people that's talking against what they're doing because it doesn't fit their narrative or it doesn't fit their agenda. They go from the people that agree with the bullshit that they do. Let's see. This is how you can tell evil people and the people that work on the demonic energy. They constantly put other people down. They expert at chipping away your self-esteem. Like when she was coming forward in the beginning and she was talking, they was talking about her looks. They was talking about everything about her, all the appearances about her choices, her accomplishments, her appearance. They were doing that. What was the goal? They was trying to make her feel like she was less than them. And now they over there loving on her. They over there eating her up. They manipulate you and try to control you. That's what she's doing with her brothers now. She's trying to manipulate them and control them into doing what she wants to do. And because they didn't do it, she is feeling the kind of way. She's blaming them for decisions that she made. They try to use guilt trips, gaslighting, emotional blackmail to get their way. They twist the situations, they twist situations to make them feel responsible for their happiness. See, people got to recognize the signs of manipulation and they got to stand their grounds against it. And I'm glad Kevin and Robert are doing that. They stand their grounds against that, and they are not allowing this child to manipulate them. She keep using the words. Listen to her play. She keep using the word baby sister, baby sister. That's to pull at their heartstring. They lack empathy and compassion. They seem incapable of understanding or caring about anyone else's feelings. Now she keeps talking about her brothers, and what they're doing with people that have dragged her, but yet she's doing the same thing. She's over there parlaying with people that has talked about her dead mother. She's over there parlaying with people who's talked about her and her husband and her daughter. But she's not worrying about and even talked about Robert them to this day that's dragging Robert them. She's over there in a love affair with them, but she wants them to consider her feelings when it's being done to her. So it's okay for her to deal with people that dragged her brother. It's okay for her to deal with people that dragged her family. But they cannot have any kind of contact with the people that did it to her. Make that make sense. She's trying to manipulate them. She has no empathy or compassion to how they might feel. It's all about how she feels. Somebody said in one of Amber's comments that she went on Brianna's live and she hearted one of Brianna's live. Brianna is the same one that's pushing people up to talk about her brother. The same person that she says is not defending her against people. So it's okay for her to parlay with the enemy, But let them do it, and this is what we get. It's sad. They are always the victim. No matter what happens, they always find the stuff to make themselves the victim. And this is, um, I forgot where I got this from, but it's talking about demonic ways. It's talking about how you can tell people that's operating under demonic energy. And this is what they gave me, and it sounds just like these people. No matter what happens, they always find a way to make themselves the victim. They blame everybody else for their problems and refuse to take any responsibility for their own actions. And that's what we witness, and not just from her, but for a lot of people over there. They do things, and because it don't go the way that they want it to go, they play the victim. They lie and they deceive. They have a knack for twisting the truth. They might tell outright lies, omit important details, spread rumors, manipulate situations to control the narrative. And that's what she's doing. She's manipulating. Like Kevin said this morning on a phone call he had with her and her supporter. At the end of the call, he said, I hate y'all. She included herself in that. He came back and explained what he meant by that. He was talking about people that was trying to come between the siblings, but she included herself in that, manipulating the situations to control the narrative. They thrive on drama and chaos. They're always stirring up trouble to create conflict. They'll spread gossip, they spread rumors, they pit people against each other. And that's what they're doing in them comments. They trying to pit her against her family. Not just Robert, not just Kevin, but they trying to pit her against her whole family. Like they gonna rise up and like they're going to be her new family. Well, you don't need them, you got us. We support you. Speak your truth. And then turn around and start bashing her family. And this is love. A person, a true supporter, or a person that really cares about you, they're not gonna bash your family to you. They're not gonna talk about your family to you. They're not gonna do that. But we're the demons. We operating under demonic energy. No, don't put me in that because I think it's wrong what she's doing. And I think that's something that needs to be handled. They need family counseling. They may not be able to get back to where they were, but blood is thicker than water. And it's a possibility that they will be able to mend that. Now, they may not feel the same way as far as trusting her, but because that's their sister, they may be able to still mend that. And that's what I would recommend for them. I know it's a lot of hurt and a lot of things have been said by her that they probably will never forget, but that's still their sister. And yes, I do believe the mother is rolling over in her grave. She's turning over in her grave, looking at her kids and how they're out here on this internet acting. And then she want to say that Robert is coming on here subbing. So what if he subbed her while she out there speaking bad on him? She can diss it, but she can't take it. She can come out here and openly say what she want to say. But if he come back and say something, everybody knows Robert is not going to go back and forth. Robert is not going to um, just openly say stuff unless he's just been pushed and just can't take anymore. But Robert's just not going to do that. So with that being said, so what if he does come out here and sub? Because you're speaking mighty loudly about him. And another thing that these people, they love to do, they get out here and they pretend that they be down with you. They pretend that they be cool with you, but they'll turn against you, and you've never done anything to them. They'll turn against you because they fall out with somebody and you don't fall out with somebody. So then when you become the people across the street or them people or them CCs, they fall out with everybody because they don't get involved in the bullshit. They're envious of you and they're jealous of you. A person cannot stand a person to see a person happy or successful. They'll try to undermine their achievements, downplay your accomplishments, or even sabotage your effort. That's what we see. And she keeps saying, what is she jealous of them for? What is she jealous of them for? They got real supporters that support them, that have stood 10 toes down and haven't turned their backs on them. And maybe she need to think that the reason people still supporting Robert and Kevin because they have not come out here and cussed out the supporters. They've not come out here and said disparaging things about the supporters. That's why they still have support because they know what to say when they hit the live button and what not to say when they hit the live button. But when you're coming out here reckless and you're coming out here um, saying evil things about people that you don't know, of course they're going to stop supporting you. And it's going to turn a lot of people off that you're not talking about. It's going to turn them off. So because you're not receiving the support that you used to receive on this side is nobody's fault but your own. And this is so true. These people in these comments is bringing bones, stirring up chaos. And a lot of times that's why these supporters, that's why these content creators are carrying on like they are, because a lot of them do not take the time to research. A lot of them don't take time to um, go look for themselves. And somebody can come in the chat and say something, and they just go off of what the person says. No, no research, no nothing. And looking at stuff like that, it will drain your energy. It will drain all the energy that you have because seeing people go back and forth and back and forth, no facts at all. At one point, I got off of it because I was tired of people going back and forth. And then I would be in the live, and then another content creator that I would rock with, they would go live talking about what this person said. And I was in that live and know that it wasn't said and know that it was coming from these bone carrying demons that was going back and forth, stirring up trouble between the content creators, and the content creators were not going to check to see if that was said. They just see the comment and start going ham. It left me mentally exhausted, so I just backed away from it for a minute because it will do that. And I know a lot of y'all, I know y'all mentally exhausted from this stuff. Who would have thought that this girl was going to do that to her brother? It always be the ones that cause themselves family. But blood don't make your family. Loyalty does. You cannot get mad because people form an opinion about you based on your disloyalty to your own family. I'm just saying, they never wrong. They always want to be right. Their inflated egos always have them thinking that they're right. It gives them a sense of self-entitlement. They refuse to admit when they're wrong. Even when presented with evidence to the contrary, they will not say that they're wrong because it's all about them, all about what they feeling. She is letting these people come into her. She's letting these people come into her life at this point in time. I don't know how old she is, pretending to have her back, pretending to love her, got them over there rapping for cash apps and all this shit. But when push come to shove, they're gonna show her that they're not really your supporters. They supporting the mess. You got to know the difference. They're not supporting you, they supporting the mess. They supporting what you might say. They supporting you being against your brother. But as far as supporting you, but that might be support to you, paying you. That might be support. But I don't want no monetary support and I'm wrong. I'd rather have real support with somebody telling me I'm wrong than paying me to be wrong, if that makes sense. I'd rather have somebody really support me and tell me I'm wrong than send me super stickers and cash apps and pay me to be wrong. These it goes back to what I was saying about these subs, and I'm not talking about our subs because I haven't seen them bring no wrong messaging, but the ones that come over here, be in the bushes and listen, and then hear a little inkling of something, then run back out of the out of the chat and drop it in another chat, and what they be saying don't even be happening. You know why? Because they don't care about the truth. They just giving that content creator something to spaz out about in that moment. They thrive on the drama and conflict, and they spread rumors to stir up the trouble and create the division. These people like to hold grudges and refuse to forgive. And that's what we're going through now. Whatever she's mad at them about, she hadn't told them what she's mad about. But she's holding a grudge about something that they're not even aware of that's going on. She keeps saying why I stopped supporting, but she's not told why she stopped supporting. She hadn't told that. But yet she's coming live every time somebody else go live and talking about, I think that just opened the window to her. I think that just opened the window to her to be able to keep going live about him. Why I stopped supporting him. And then from that, the receipts that she was dropping were not receipting. Every time somebody leave out from over here or stop supporting Robert, they do it with they have to do it with the big explosion. They have to go live and they have to have a ceremony of going to the other side. They don't just back and do it. They have a big ceremony. I'm fixing to go live and have his name, why I did this, why I did that. And then that's their initiation. And from that live, from the situation when they go live, they all in after that. You can say we don't know you, or we can talk about you, we don't know you, but we know what we see. We are knowing what we see. We know your actions. We knowing what you put out there. We speaking on what you're doing. We speaking on your character and the things that you're doing. You keep saying, I love my brother, but ain't no but in love. Love is unconditional, baby. They make you feel guilty for their problems. These people are masters of emotional manipulation. They'll guilt trip you into helping them, forgiving them, or staying in a relationship with them, even if it's not, even if it's not in your best interest. How can she say that she loved her brother? And how can she say she did come out here fighting for her brother with the best interest in heart if he didn't ask her to do that, and then get angry at him if he get angry with him because he did not handle situations like she wanted him to. So because she didn't handle situations like she wanted him to, now I can go and bash him freely. My thing is, okay, if I tell my brother that, if I was to tell my brother that I'm hungry or that I'm broke and I've been living in my car or whatever, and then he goes out and he rob a bank and say, well, here's some money, go get on your feet. But he gets caught and he go to prison. Am I responsible for what he did because he was trying to look out for me? Am I responsible for him robbing that bank? No, I'm not. And I'm not going to go turn myself in to go to jail for him robbing that bank when I didn't have nothing to do with him robbing that bank. I understand he did that to try to help me out, but I didn't tell you to do it, so you don't expect me to go to jail because you robbed the bank. Make it make sense. These people and their inflated egos, they have inflated egos out this world. Her biggest problem is sitting back looking at what people doing, sitting back looking at what people making. That's her biggest problem. And as soon as she stopped doing that, the better off she will be. When she start counting her own coins without and making coins without dragging somebody. I've never spoken on her until she did that live. I didn't like how she was moving, but it wasn't my business. And it still ain't my business, but I can have an opinion about it. And she's dead as wrong. She's dead as wrong. Let me read some of these comments, y'all. I know I'm way behind. Okay, thank you, Blueberry Boots, for the super sticker. Thank you, Queen Dree, for the super sticker. Thank you, Protect Your Peace, for the super chat. Thank you, Protect Your Peace, for the super chat. Thank you, Protect Your Peace, for the super chat. And Rick, Rikita, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you, Protect Your Peace, for the super chat. And thank you for becoming a member. I'm gonna go to these comments and I'm gonna drop the link for anybody that wants to come up. Okay. And wait, I always get behind. Thank you, Beverly. Hey, everybody that came in. If I missed you all, I am free. I got to get better at keeping up with the comments because I'll be way behind. Thank you, Blueberry. And it's mostly everybody speaking to everybody. Uh, and another thing, just hitting the live button and just talking off your nozzle, talking off the head, that's never good. You always have to put some thought process into hitting the live button because you might say something that might help you end up in court. Like this lady coming up today on her live talking about a known drug dealer or whatever, that has been debunked so many times. But by you listening to your supporters and by you listening to people, you coming out here spreading falsehoods about people. And Miss White is one I would not play with when it comes to that. Because she stands on business about her reputation. And if nobody knows that, then I'm sorry. My two scream so we can hear you. I dare you. Shut up. Shut up, Blueberry. Blue love, get out them bushes and mud. She driving, Amber. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Cancer 66. She looks like the type that goes. She does seem like it's hard. She's hard to get along. Then she wants to say she looks like the type that's hard to get along with, and the brothers know her better than we do. Exactly. Like they want to say she know the brothers better than we do. Well, they know her better than we do as well. And when it comes to credibility, they have not shown themselves to be liars. I'm sorry, but she's gotten caught up in a few. And if you want to take me to court for saying that, I have some of the clips where you've said some things that turned out like not to be true, like you just said about Miss White. So take me to court. They talking about in her chat today. We didn't want her to have no support. We wanted her to be out here by herself, and that they her only supporters, and her brothers letting us dog her. And nobody dogging her. We're just speaking out on it. And if I had to have the support of fake supporters, I wouldn't want the supporters. The moment she'll see how much support they are to her, let her make up with Kevin and Robert and Don. Let her make up with them. They're gonna be dragging her again. Then somebody told them to keep defending your wife. You're doing the right thing. But when he was defending her against them, he was in woman business, and he was a midget, and he was all these names. He was calling women bees. They were dragging them when he was defending her against the other side. When he was coming out speaking loudly against them, it was an issue. But now that he's coming loudly speaking against us, it's okay. It's the hypocrisy for me. Somebody said that we were envious and jealous on social media and would do anything to bring her down. God loves you. The last time I checked, God loves all of us. But God is not the author of confusion. I know that. So what you all are trying to do over there cause confusion between her and her siblings. God ain't got nothing to do with that. Yes, He loves all of us, but we will get rewarded what we're deserving of when that time comes. And mine will not be causing a rift in nobody's family, a rift in nobody's family. What's the name was over there talking about fat women. He was just going in on Amber and Alexis. Fat women, fat women. But do you realize that when you married your wife, she was fat? So all the stuff that you saying about Alexis and Amber, did you feel that way when she was fat before she had the surgery? Is that how you really felt about her? I would look at a person's comment and a person's actions, and I would question them because I wouldn't be cheering that on, especially if I used to be fat and listening to the disgusting things that he's saying. And I would be like, okay, he's saying all of this stuff and it's coming from deep down, and he's saying it with such passion. Did he feel like that when I was fat? But she over there laughing and kikiing, thinking it's funny. And there's nothing funny about that. There's nothing funny about degrading a person because of their size, especially when you was once that size. It's just so happened that I bet the Medicare or Medicaid paid for that surgery, but if they wouldn't have paid for your surgery, you would still be fat. You can look at you eat, you got a fat girl's appetite. You're not over there cooking healthy meals, you're cooking big bag meals. So if it wouldn't have been for that surgery, you would still be fat, but you have the audacity to come on here and talk about people's weight when the government paid for you to have that surgery. Because I do know that the government will pay for the surgery to keep you from getting health conditions, and that's more money they'll have to pay. So if you're obese, they will pay for it. But you trust to come out here talking about somebody that's overweight when you were once overweight. Make it make sense. But if you have real insurance, real health insurance that you have to pay for, they're not going to be so quick to approve those surgeries. I've seen so many people on Medicaid that will pay for those surgeries that have had that surgery because Medicaid paid for it. and they call it preventive surgery. And what that means is when you're overweight, you're prone to diabetes, which causes a lot of um, medical issues. You're prone to high blood pressure, which causes a lot of medical issues. So they'll pay for that to keep from having to pay for all those medical issues that might come down the line. At that time, he needed. Exactly. I believe she did not care. Exactly. She's getting the chat full, and that's what she's eating on, thinking she's clout. But my thing is, you'll see how much clout you got. Make a video cooking. I dare you to just make a video cooking and hit the live button and see if you're gonna have 5, 6, 700 people in there. If they're your supporters, they're gonna be in there watching you cook. They're gonna be in there watching y'all do y'all skits. They're gonna be in there whatever. They're not gonna just be in there for this drama. If they're your supporters, see if they're gonna throw them super chats at you then. When you're not talking about Amber, when you're not talking about Lexus, when you're not talking about the CCs over here, when you're not talking about Kevin, when you're not talking about Robert, when you're not, well, you can't speak on Don, but when you're not talking about these things, see if you're gonna get that same support. So what is this talking about a female? I would never ever have a man. I would not either. I promise you I wouldn't. Exactly. He was attracted to big women, but now it's a problem. Now he's talking about them. The number one bet, the number one phone carrier flip too. All you have to say is pay attention in their comments and everybody chat. She gonna say nothing to him because she's exactly. She tried to ask him not to speak on her brothers, and he went forward talking about them anyway. It's I don't know. They're not going to pay for it unless they have a health condition because I was approved for it because I was born. Exactly, exactly. But she want now you got the nerves of body shame and your body ain't even right yet. Now you got all this loose skin. They're not gonna pay for that. If you paid for this surgery, you should be able to pay to get that skin tightened up. They're not gonna pay for that. And I'm not dragging her. I'm just saying you have to be careful what you do because you're not perfect. The same the same way you on here making disparaging comments about other people, people can make those comments about you because yes, just because you lost weight don't mean you a 10. You got some people that lose that surgery and everything tones up really nice. But you got some people that have that surgery and they be left with a lot of loose, flappy skin. And that's the case with her. So you don't have room to talk because you got a lot of negatives that came along with that surgery. I bet you she's not allowed to talk about his family. I bet she's not either. I bet he would go upside their head if she say something about his family. The government paid for it because they seen how she they didn't want her look. They didn't know her look was not gonna change. Shut up, Raw. Hey, Creisha, thank you for the super sticker. Gloria Dink, yes, I'm very nosy. And what I do not do is care. Exactly. Exactly. He is a clown. He's a real clown. How y'all gonna get mad and come on the internet acting like clowns, right? And then get mad because we have something to say about the clown show. The more people, if y'all go in their lives and ever look, the more people come out, those comments, like y'all comments over here, they are not in intentions on they're not for the purposes of dividing the family. You all speaking out on what they're doing. But their comments are mainly to speak on the family and talking about the family. And the more they talk, the more money they get thrown at them, and the more OB turn up. When they start that cash app start ringing, he go in for the kill. Send me some more stupid chats. I'll do this. I'll do that. I mean, cash app, cash app. If somebody put in the chat cash out party, boy, he went in, then come bringing out raps when he called himself Made Against Kevin and I was like, wow, the things people would do for money. Thanks, hon. Gloria Dent. Yes, because I'm nosy. What I do not do is scary. Exactly. Obama is a clown. Them legs are feet just like Brie. I want to say so bad, but it's it's scary. The love of money. Yep, the love of money is the root of all evil. I would not come out here and act like that for nothing in the world. And Cree, I ain't feeling you. Not today. I ain't feeling with you. Not today. What Creature doing? Little legs, big ass feet. Little leg, big feet ass. Matu, you have a nice night. Thank you. Matu, you have a nice nighttime radio voice. Thank you. How beautiful. Candy Kisses. At Candy Kisses, Miss Mel Mel said, how beautiful, trying to stay in the bushes more and more lately because of the devil worshippers, but sometimes I have to pop out. Please share the live. Thank you, Candy Kisses. Thank you, Miss White, for the super chat. I had weight loss surgery, and had to work very hard for tone and definition. Yeah, I didn't have surgery, right? But before COVID, I went on a vegan diet. I stopped eating meats, but I'm a big girl, and I'm big back, and I'm not ashamed of it because I have confidence in me, and I don't let people determine how I feel about myself. But I was in that gym twice a day, every day, trying to tighten up because I knew at my age, my elasticity, that skin was not going to pop back, snap back. So I knew I had to go in the gym, and it was toning up. When COVID happened, everything that I was working hard to do, it went backwards. I had to start when we couldn't go out, when we was locked in the house for 30 days, I didn't stop good enough to continue my vegan diet. So when it came down to eating or starving, I ate them meats that I had stored in my freezer. Started back eating meats, and all that hard work went out the window. But I had sense enough to know that I had to go to the gym. I didn't just depend on no surgery to lose that weight, because if you do that, you're gonna just be flabby. You have to go, you have to exercise. You have to tone that mess up, and you have to eat right. Um Roz, thank you, Lolita. Thank you, Lolita. I appreciate that. Yes, she did say a word. Word. Thank. Okay, I'm caught up on my comments. First time ever. But yeah, I don't get it with them. They come out and they looking like goddamn Mud and I ain't cursing. They looking like Mud and Jeff. And if y'all know who Mud and Jeff is, I'm gonna show you. But that's who they looking like. And then trust to be trying to clown somebody. Come on, come on. Ain't no way I'll be on this internet looking like that and then turning around talking about people like I'm Beyonce and Jay-Z. Like I look like, come on now. And I'm not trying to talk about it, but when you start talking about everybody else, it's gonna bring attention to your looks. And if you not your looks ain't looking, somebody gonna say something about it. That girl don't want to work for shit. You think she's going to a gym? No, 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 no. I'm gonna show y'all who Mud and Jeff is. Uh, and I'm talking about size wise. Where they at? Where they at? Mud and Jeff. I used to always hear my I used to always hear my grandparent talk about somebody that looked like Mud and Jeff, especially if the man was, that's OB right there, the little bitty one. And that's Toya, the tall one. But They out here looking like Mud and Jeff, and then got room to try to talk about somebody and how they look. Come on now, no room at all. Ob think he that, and somebody said Ob is a rapper. Why isn't he pulling the baddie? Who can see? Come on now, come on now. Let's get back to these comments. Yes. Sierra, you remember Von Harper and Frankie Crocker? I don't. Who is that, Lolita? Oh, you shared that video Am put up. Yes, it was real hard work. Candy Kisses, she needs to be recording records. My two can really sing. Thank you, Lolita, again. Miss White. Miss White, you're a brick house compared to the others, but when you went for the stomach and that's all was left on you, what's the point? The stomach was the weight. Yeah, that's why I hold my weight in my stomach. Right, my 2 cents. You open yourself to exactly. When you on here trying to go for everybody else, then you're not perfect. Then people gonna clap back at you. My mother always tell. I used to hear them say that all the time about Mud and Jeff, and that was when I saw that and saw how tall she is over him. Now I know my two. I yeah, that's who they remind me of. And then trust to be talking about something. He got little man syndrome. That's his problem. Think he mad because Kevin and Robert taller than him, but most little men, and this is in real life, little small men I know, they used to getting picked on by the bigger men. So they feel like they have to come out here and they feel like they have to show that they they have to do more because they don't to show that they're not afraid. And that's called little man syndrome when you overdo to show that you're not afraid or to show that you'll stand up for yourself because you've been bullied and picked on all your days. What did that say? DJ from W. Have that radio. I ain't never heard that before, but thank you. Hey Sierra. Thank you for the super sticker, Lolita. Hey Lolita. Did I miss a comment? No. I'm far from a brick house, but your cousin, on the other hand, stay stunting on him. That's the problem, Miss White. Thank you, Candy Kisses. Who is that big man? Wait, now who is the big man, Toy? Can I say that out loud? Y'all know who the big man is. No, I'm not gonna call her a man, but that just reminds me of them when they standing side by side, how much taller she is over him, and he's like a little midget, and she towers over him. I'm not gonna call her a man. Is their son the only child by OB? I'm not sure, Truth Slayer. I'm not sure. One of them, that little boy does look just like him. The only thing is, I don't see, would nobody be talking about them and would nobody be even mentioning them had they not come out with that bullshit and then they want to get mad. Wasn't nobody talking about everybody kept talking on them. After that mess died down, Amber Nunn was not talking about them. Wasn't nobody mentioning their name. They tried to make themselves relevant by talking about people since Robert won't stop his people. Wasn't nobody saying nothing about them. A lot of times I be in bushes and they was talking about Diddy, they was talking about Brianna, they was talking about the other side was talking about Robert. Her name was not being mentioned, and she came forward with them lies. They always want to come forward and tell lies when nobody. I mean, if you want to go back and talk about from back then when they was talking about you, then say that. But don't try to act like they was talking about you and that's why you came and did this. No, that's not why you did that. Tell the truth and shame the devil. The reason you did that is because of Amber's birthday party and Robert was there. That's the reason you did that. You let somebody got in your head because Robert went to the party, and that's what all of this stemmed for. It caused a whole backlash. They was talking about it for days because Amber went to the party. I mean, because Robert showed up at the party and showed up in the pictures and say a time was had. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what put that battery in your pack, and that's why you want to come forward talking about why you stopped supporting him. Ain't no other reason because they were not talking about you. But the truth is void in some people's heads, so they tell it to fit their narrative. Their version of the truth does not mean that it is the truth. They come they can't get mad like they got mad. They wanted to body shame everybody at the party. Everybody was ugly. No, baby, you couldn't find not one ugly person in that picture. Everybody was not the same size, but they were not ugly. So y'all can stop with that lie. And even the fat ones was prettier than most over there. The ones y'all call fat was prettier than most over there. And that got y'all panties in a bunch. Also, you can't get mad because the one y'all doing all of this for don't support y'all like that. Y'all had a get together and she didn't come because she's not getting down with y'all like that. Y'all doing all of this for her. And Robert, from what I understand, didn't even know that Amber was having a party. It's just sad how they sit over there and lie and make everything fit their narrative and how jealous hearted they are to the point to he can't even go to a party without it being some issue. And then it came out, okay, you mad because Robert went to a party, but you and one of your brother's enemies was in the same place and y'all took pictures together. What, you got mad because they posted the picture? But at the same time, you were partying in the background with your brother's enemy. It just didn't come to the forefront. But now it's a big issue because they put Robert's pictures out. Make it make sense. Doing it in secret is still the same thing as not having loyalty. So you were disloyal before Amber Party even happened. You showed signs of disloyalty by being, and you want to say you couldn't help it because that was what's the name them event, but you were still there. You were still in the background. Y'all was still chopping it up. Y'all was still talking about working together. If it wasn't on this type, but it still wasn't a slap in Kevin's face to even have a conversation about working together with your brother's enemy. But it's okay when you do it, but it's a problem if he do it. Come on now. Y'all got to make this shit make sense on the internet. You can't just come out here being a victim and you doing the same shit. I have no idea, Rob. He does real bad. Thank you for the super sticker, Healing Heart. She's a drag queen. She it not a drag queen and a drama queen. Thank you, Am, for the super sticker. Roz, both of their asses also look like Eminem classic cartoons, George and Junior. I ain't never seen that one, but I'm finna look it up now. George and Junior. Y'all heard of George and Junior? George and Junior. Y'all, he be on one. Kevin don't be playing, he be on one for real. Not Kevin, Terry. If y'all don't know who George and Junior are, that's who Terry talking about. I've never seen them, Terry. That must be, is that new school cartoon or old school? On here calling people because Amber the goat. They on here calling people animal names, but then want to say something about somebody calling them that. Not one, my two. Exactly. Respect, King. You always come through. They giving you your props, Terry. Houston, here we come. Exactly. Cannot wait to get there. I can't wait to meet y'all. Hey, Upper. I gotta go see your live. I didn't see it. It's not a coincidence that the truth tellers are more attractive than exactly, and that's part of what they hate. And to be the ones that be in things talking the most trash. Then when you click on their pictures, you see why they angry. Thank you, Candy. Yes, they paid for my friend. Yep, that's what they do. They pay when you overweight. If you're on Medicaid, and I have learned that it's hard. It's like if you work and you have like insurance provided by your job, it's hard. You have to be damn near dead for them to approve that surgery. But if you're on Medicaid and that doctor say you need that surgery, they are gonna approve that. I have learned, like I said, I have friends that have had it through Medicaid and they done gained it back, but they did pay for them to have the surgery. Cholesterol, yep, that is another one. Either I'm behind in the chat or somebody's behind in the live. Oh, they old school cartoon. Hey Gigi, Tara do play too much, don't he? Gigi, everybody speaking to you. Hold up, I ain't had. Wait a minute, hold on, I hadn't had. They say you hit somebody in the chat. Excuse me, y'all. Hey, Lakeith, thank you for the super sticker. A super chat. I'm still learning the difference. Thank you for the super chat. What happened to it? I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. Everybody want to go on the knife and get a sleeve or a shot. Everybody want to get a shot. I tried the shot. I didn't like it. Everybody want to get a sleeve. What's the other thing? The band, the gastric bypass, or either Ozempic or Wegovy, or it's another one called Zepbound, and I forgot my journal. But don't nobody want to put in the work and go to the gym and push back from that table. And it's hard. I gotta say it's hard, but once you set your mind to it, they say a habit, you have to you can't tackle it. When you're losing weight, you cannot tackle that shit. Say, I'm gonna lose this amount of weight. You have to take it a day at a time. If you get through the day, pat yourself on the back for getting through the day. If you go to the next day, and if after 20 days, things become normal. They say anything after 20 days become routine. So if you can fight day by day until you reach day 20, then you got it under control. They say you hit somebody. Am I back again? My 2 cents. I'm gonna play around. I see it. That's what I see in the chat. Oh, okay. I didn't see it say you hit nobody. Corporate, ain't nobody blaming you. I know they didn't know, but they don't know that. They just take shit and run with it. And I mean, even if he wouldn't have came, they were gonna find the reason to be mad. If you're a greedy person before surgery, you still have eating problems, you're gonna blow up again. Exactly. I got a friend, her name is Scarlett. She's had this surgery. This is her third one. She had it back in like 80 something. She lost like over 100 pounds. She gained it back. Then she got this, what they call it, the sleeve. She gained it back. This time she got the actual gastric bypass. She's been everybody's not meant to be small. I'm just gonna say that. She look compact now. She don't look healthy. She y'all know how a little compact car is, and you squeeze in a compact car. It doesn't look natural and it don't look good. She got a lot of loose skin. She has to keep. The reason I say she looks compact, she has to keep on those compressions all over the body because she got a lot of loose skin everywhere, and it just have her looking hard and compact. It don't look healthy. I used to be a time when I remember that when Medicaid wouldn't pay for it, but now they will because of the what they call preventative maintenance. I can't gain weight. I'm a size 3 girl. I don't know if I want to be small as you. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be that small, Gloria. How old are you? Because they say when you get older, if you've been small all your life, the older you get, you'll start to put on more weight. It waits till you get in your 40s and then you blow up. I didn't have the surgery because they gave me medication. And I didn't have the surgery because they gave me medication that I injected in my stomach. I have lost 30 pounds within 2 months and half. I was on Wegovy and I lost like 20 something pounds. I think I was talking to Amber when they put me on it. And she was like, "How much weight you lost?" And I was like, 20 something pounds. It was 22 pounds. I got stuck at 22 pounds. And then when they changed my strength, once they changed my strength, I got sick as a dog. I thought I was throwing up everything I ever ate in my life. I could not stop throwing up. They took me to the 2.5, and when I was throwing up, it was coming all out my nose. I couldn't catch my breath. I thought I was fixing to die. And I got up after I got better and could start breathing back without trying to catch my breath. I got up and threw the rest of them shots in the garbage. I did not want them no more because that scared the mess out of me. It's saying healing heart was hidden. Okay, she's still hidden. Did you mean? Did you mean a 10? Did you mean he was a 10? Oh, did you mean, wait, don't mean you a 10 was a word. Exactly. If don't mean you was a 10 was a word. Exactly. Because definitely not that. The government is paying for everything about her. Now I don't knock nobody because they fall on hard times and they have to fall on that stuff, but it's not meant to be a way of living. It's meant to be a way out. Y'all know what I mean? You're not supposed to get on that stuff and depend on it forever, but it's supposed to be a way, a means to a way of doing better. You get on it, you stay on it, put your money back until you do better in life or until you get better, get on your feet, and then move on. But people tend to get on that stuff and want it forever. It's definitely like yep. As long as she I ain't gonna read that one out loud, Ross, because she's talking about taking you to court for that. Let's see. 63. Oh, that's your size. My aunt was little like that all her life, but once she hit 50, she was a size 5. And 8, I mean, when I tell you she could eat, she ate everything in sight. She would be the one at the family meals that bring carryouts, and then she gonna eat 4 or 5 plates before she leave. Then she gonna fix 3 or 4 plates when she leave, and we just could not see where she was putting all that food. And when she got in her 40s, she blowed all the way up to a size 20, and she said she loved it because she hated being little like that. So she was happy to be a size 20 because she said she felt like she was healthy. Well, I had to sleep, and thank God I don't look sick, old, or saggy. Yes, I have a belly, but I'm no longer on meds for high blood pressure, diabetes. No more of that. Okay, that's the thing. You probably exercise and you probably did it the right way, but you can tell the ones that exercise and do it the right way because they tone up. They don't have the loose neck. They don't have the flabby arms. They toning as they lose, but the ones that just take that surgery and don't exercise and just they're the ones that be like that. Lakeith, she said I was 312 pounds, but now I'm 172. Wow, that's good. So you're about a size 12 or either a 14 now, or either 10, maybe a 10. That shot is for diabetes. It is. I was a, I was on. Ooh, a 2. I don't even remember I ever been a size 2. I went from preteen 13 to 14 women. When I first started getting out of children's sizes 12, I went straight into a 5'6" woman. I've never been a 2. Okay. Back in the day, my cousin couldn't get it when I did because of Medicaid limitations. Now Medicaid, they handed it out like candy, baby. I don't know. My mother had that surgery my last year of high school, and she ended up gaining it all back. Then she became diabetic, and they put her on those Ozempic and a Moderna, and the weight just fell off. When my husband we traveled for a living, and one time we stayed out. We didn't come back home for like 6 months. And when we got back home, the first thing I do when we touched down, put the suitcase in the house, and I go visit my mom. And when I saw my mom and she had gotten that small, I was like, Mom, you okay? I thought she had cancer. I said, You got something you're not telling us? She was like, No, I ain't got nothing I'm not telling y'all. I like, You don't have cancer, do you? She said, No, I know how I look, how I lost this weight. Don't go putting it out, I have cancer. But for her to lose that weight that quick, I was straight shocked. But then as time went on, I found out more about the shots that she was taking because she was real bad diabetes. They had her on the one that was once a week, which was Ozempic. Then they had her on another one that she had to do every day. Medicaid approves everything upon a doctor's request. I know they do now. Look, hey, Myers, I'm getting the sleeve done. I spent more than I spent more. Girl, you don't want to go to jail dealing with this foolishness. I spent more than 2 days in jail. I'm not scared. I hate being small. Or some people that are like small framed, they can't get big. I was on 2.5 and now I'm on 7.5. I have a problem, but with it. Okay. Yes, yes, I do exercise. Thank you, Miss E. I appreciate you. Size 10. I figured that. I got down to a size 4 and I said, oh, hell no. Yeah, that 4 would be kind of pushing it. I would look like a dang on toothpick with a grape if I got down that small. I got a big old head. So I was like, I do not want to get that little. I don't want to be walking around looking like I'm a pump. My head is a pumpkin sitting on top of a toothpick. And that's what a lot of my friends, I got this guy friend named Darrell. He had the sleeve put in and he got down so little. I was like, man, I knew you were gonna look like that. He was like, what? As you walking around looking like your body looked like a darn toothpick and they done stuck a grape on top of it. And he said, huh? I said, well, let's say an apple because yours would look more like an apple. And he said, I know my head big. I'm gonna try to gain some of this weight back. He finally gained some back to where everything evened out. But in the beginning, he could not change that. Walking would do it. Will. I'm a 13, 14 pound medium. 5'4", no health issues. Thank. That's good. That's really good. Hey, Letitia, boo love. Congratulations and good luck on your journey. Please, please, please. I had to get back in the habit of drinking water. I went from drinking 4 liters of water today to drinking no water. But once I started back drinking water, I'm all right now. But y'all, I'm getting ready to end the live. Let me thank everybody again for the blessing. Again, thank you, Blueberry Boots. Thank you, Queen Dree. Thank you, Protect Your Peace multiple times. Thank you, Ricotta. Protect your peace, protect your peace. Thank you, Cretia. Thank you, Miss White. Thank you, Lolita. Thank you, Healing Heart. Thank you, Am, and thank you again, Laki. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna come live again tomorrow. I appreciate y'all for always standing by me. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturdays. I'm not sure who's going live, but y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturdays. Bye, y'all. Let's see, I got 3 new comments. Thank you, Healing Heart. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. Bye.